Hey everyone, Barty here. This video has been chosen by you to be the next video, and I want to thank you all for voting. Like, subscribe, comment, and join the Discord for more videos like this. Anyway, let's get on with the video. So, what's a fandom? A fandom is a space where you find people who like something, whether video games, shows, or even YouTubers. A fan base pretty much. It's where you find like-minded people who talk about the media as well as make works about it, like fan fiction or fan art. And I, like many people on the internet, do have many things I like. For an example, Team Fortress 2, Homestar Runner, Grand Theft Auto, Limp Bizkit, Undertale, Five Nights at Freddy's, Eddsworld, Roblox, AEW, Family Guy, the list goes on and on. But as I'm growing up, there are many things that I'm no longer a fan of, like the furry fandom. I previously talked about the furry fandom twice, so feel free to check those videos out, link in the description. Anyway, there are also plenty of things I am not interested in anymore, whether in the media itself or the fandom too. And I willingly choose to stay away from most fandoms due to many reasons. And it's fair you clicked on this video to hear about the problem with fandoms, so new viewer, don't hesitate to check on the channel as I make other videos with similar topics. So, let's begin. Now, I will get flack for this, but what even is the point of shipping? I get that part of the fandom experience is making up headcanons, debating certain things like whether a character is dead or actually another character in disguise. It's all part of the fun, but one thing I never really understood the appeal of, and never will, is shipping. Now, like real life, relationships happen, and sometimes you look at people and wonder, hey, those two look good together. That's understandable, but what I don't get is how defensive and overly protective people get over insignificant things, like shipping. Not every character needs to be shipped with another. Not every character has to be in a romantic relationship. Let's be real, believing character 1 should date character 3 instead of 8 is not something worth crashing out over. It's an opinion, not a fact. What's worse is how far some people take it, turning disagreements into personal attacks and outright harassment. I've seen fandoms blow up over shipping wars, and it's honestly ridiculous. I mean, it's in the name itself, shipping wars. With a name like this, you'd probably expect eBay and Amazon to have a fight or something. And it's honestly ridiculous. Another issue is how it completely ignores the story and canon of the media. My problem isn't on it being alternative universes, but rather how people will conveniently ship people who are not compatible, like people who hate each other, or even changing their orientations, or even worse, the Loud House fandom. I don't have to say the problem with them and shipping, but you already know what I'm talking about. Alabama. But on the topic of shipping, I would like to mention something that pales normal shipping in comparison. Shipping real people. Characters are one thing. They don't exist. They're an art form. But what's questionable and downright disgusting is shipping real people. You see it happen at the K-pop fandom, which I have a bone to pick up with them. And remember the debacle with people shipping Markiplier with Jacksepticeye simply because they're friends? Or the same shit that happens with the Dream SMP? I would like to mention one of the worst cases of shipping real people. Paul and Patrick from Eddsworld. It has went so far that complete idiots are insisting on superimposing their stupid beliefs on real people. The problem goes that with shipping, people will conveniently change up orientations just to fit what they want to see, which might be weird on its own, but then again, it's characters. But then you have people who want real human beings to change their orientations because you're supposed to be gay, which is a shitty thing in and of itself. Gatekeeping. It's a double-edged sword. While it helps with gauging how much of a fan you are, the problem comes with shifting the goalpost. Oh, you didn't play Resident Evil 4 on the GameCube back in 2004? You're a fake fan! I personally played both the original and the remake.
Donkey.
And I don't see a problem with someone playing the remake only. Hell, I actually prefer the remake more. While again, gatekeeping to a degree is good because you don't want half the fanbase to be sexual deviants whose only knowledge of the media is thirst traps. Which is my problem with the fake fans of Resident Evil 4 who only thirst over Leon and character AI without actually playing the game, much less the remake. But it starts getting annoying when people refuse to talk to you because you chose the genocide route in Undertale, or even worse, use stupid buzzwords and expect you to know what they mean. Like with the obnoxious wrestling fans and the word SMARK. Ugh, that really hurt to say. Wrestling fans have these dumb terms they use just because someone prefers one brand over the other, and say it in such an annoying and condescending and obnoxious way. But back to the point. Look at franchises like Star Wars. Some people can't even discuss the newer trilogy without being gatekept by fans of the original who refuse to acknowledge anything past the 1980s. It's fine to have a preference, but dismissing an entire group of fans because they started with The Mandalorian or like The Last Jedi? Come on. And about Star Wars fans that talk about how the prequel trilogy is objectively better and throw a tantrum if you dare think anything from the sequel is halfway decent. Another thing I can't give two doornails about that is unnecessarily gatekept is anime. Oh, you're not a real One Piece fan unless you've seen the first 500 episodes in one sitting, or the tale as old as the Battle of Kunaxa, the dub versus sub debate. Yeah, Artaxerxes II and Cyrus the Younger were fighting over subtitles or English dubs. It's like some fans believe you're only a real anime fan if you watch something in the original Japanese dub with subtitles. Like preferring an English dub somehow makes you lesser. Never mind the fact that some of the dubs are actually decent and help bring the story to a wider audience. I don't watch anime, but the closest I've gotten to this was playing the original Mafia, and the intense superiority complex that the original Mafia fans have. Namely, the ones from the Czech Republic. They talk about how the original Czech dub is better than the English one. But I really don't care, and I don't want to spend most of my time staring at the subtitles because I don't understand what this is. But take a listen to this and tell me, which do you prefer, Czech or English?
I think it would be better if you just go away and not make any problems.
Myslím, že by bylo nejlepší, kdybyste šli svou vlastní cestou a nedělali zbytečný problémy, hoši.
Fandoms can easily become echo chambers where only certain opinions are accepted, which has a lack of diversity in viewpoints and creativity within the fanbase. Instead of engaging with new ideas or criticism, fans often group together to say the same opinions, reinforcing the same beliefs and ideas. A personal belief of mine is the Team Fortress 2 casual play versus quick play debate. I'm not gonna bother you with the details, but in 2016, Team Fortress 2 had a major update called Meet Your Match, which destroyed the already decent quick play option and replaced it with competitive and casual play, and a ploy to make the game more like Overwatch, which doesn't really work with the structure of the game itself. Casual play has lots of flaws, such as long queue times, inability to change teams or spectate, games ending too fast, the lack of team scrambling, which leads to games with 8 pros versus 3 noobs because everyone decided to leave the team. And easily, quick play is superior in everything. But since the 4-year-old bot invasion has finally come to an end, Team Fortress 2 fans find themselves into the next can of worms, wanting quick play to come back. Casual play has been there for 8.5 years now. Valve is not going to roll back an intricate system, whether flawed or not, just because some people are spamming support emails. I personally want quick play, but it's important to realize that casual play can still be improved on and have the good parts of quick play. But this opinion of mediating our needs without completely putting too much work on a 17-year-old game needs to be considered. And need I say, the ring notification trick crying about it and pinning the blame on one developer during a charity stream is also no way to protest. Now Valve will not take us seriously because of that. Now and again, it's nice to find a chill place to go to. Fandoms give you that. But you gotta realize it's a fandom. A fan base dedicated to a media piece, whether game, movie, show, whatever. And I will never understand how obsessed people tend to get and how serious they take fandoms. I've spoke about the tribalism and cult-like behavior within the furry fandom, which is certainly personalized to it. But other fandoms take obsession differently, considering that they're not usually places where you're basically forced to socialize like the furry fandom. But some people turn fandoms into their own identities, where their entire personality revolves around the media they enjoy. It's fine to love something deeply, I do, honest. But when it becomes the only thing you care about and start to dictate and base things around how you want it to be, you better start paying rent. Going back to the problem of Paul and Patrick from Eddsworld, people were making incorrect famous birthdays profiles of them using the real names but basing their information from what they had in Eddsworld as the fictional characters but not as the real people. The absolute moron shippers don't care who they are as people, rather who they want to see them as, and it's disgusting. Now, if Undertale and Eddsworld have taught me anything, it's to stay the absolute hell away from fandoms. Sure, have friends with the same likes as yours, or dabble around the smaller communities and some fandoms. But sometimes it's just better to stay away and enjoy the thing by itself. For me personally, ignoring the Undertale and Eddsworld fandoms has certainly made me really appreciate and enjoy both of them without spinning around trying to figure out whether there's a huge amount of alternative universes for Undertale, or seeing garbage gotcha quote-unquote animation memes of people thinking they have talent. Or associating with the same fandom that has people who are insisting on gaying up 2 real-life friends, or one where someone hid needles in a cookie because of an artist shipping 2 characters, or the hallway pizza incident, or the My Little Pony jar, or the Homestuck Sharpie bathtub. Again, it's better to enjoy things on your own terms or perhaps find friends who share your interests. Explore smaller communities, but don't let the big bad fandom define your experience. Sometimes the best way to love something is to enjoy it quietly, away from the noise. And that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Do you agree or disagree with any points? Do you think I may have missed something or something that should have been added? Leave a comment, like, subscribe, and stay safe. This is Barty, and I'm signing out.